Khamzat's a real dog. That dude wants to go out there and kill. He ain't want to go out there and do anything. He puts on a show just by default because that's just his fighting style. I watch him train for 7 hours straight. That's me and Khamzat.
No, bro, you're an American boy. What are you talking about? You grew up here. Like, what are you talking about street fights? You've never been in a street fight.
Khamzat has taken his training to another level, and it's starting to look like DDP could be facing serious trouble. In preparation for his next bout against Dricus Du Plessis, Khamzat Chimaev has been pushing himself through intense training routines. He's not doing it alone either. Some well-known figures in the MMA world have joined him, from Abdul Rashid Sajilov to Sammy Sanchez, and even Arman Tsarukyan. Several top athletes have been grinding with Khamzat to sharpen his edge for the upcoming clash. Adding to that, Khamzat has refined his training regimen to an impressive level that leaves onlookers stunned. Each morning, he begins with an intense grappling session led by Coach Bernardo and Coach Leo Vieira at the Jiu-Jitsu facility inside Santo Performance Studio, ensuring every aspect of his ground game is sharpened to perfection.
Hello everybody, I'm Arman Tsarukyan. We have a training camp with Khamzat Chimaev. He's getting ready for his title fight. He looks sharp, so excited for him and to see him UFC champion. So far his camp going well, he's healthy, he has a lot of energy, and I'm just here to help him whatever they need. If they need the wrestling, I'll wrestle. If they need the striking, I'll strike. So I'm here to help, and I want him to be a UFC champion.
During this phase of his camp, Khamzat's primary focus is on building elite level cardio. His routine revolves around high intensity, fast-paced drills designed to simulate the pressure and pace he anticipates in the upcoming fight. Beyond standard conditioning, his training is tailored to counter specific techniques and strengths he expects from DDP, showing a strategic and calculated approach to every session.
Khamzat's first morning class, which is this grappling class at Santo Performance Studio. It's in the Jiu-Jitsu studio that's open 7 days a week, led by Coach Bernardo and Coach Leo Vieira.
When it comes to Khamzat's cardio, Dricus Du Plessis once pointed out that while Khamzat is undoubtedly strong and explosive, his endurance could be a weakness. He questioned whether Khamzat could even last 3 full rounds, let alone survive a grueling 5-round title fight. Echoing these sentiments, MMA analyst Din Thomas also expressed concern in an interview, suggesting that Khamzat's intense pace might not hold up over 5 rounds, especially against a tough and relentless opponent like Du Plessis.
We're seeing a lot of drilling, a lot of high pace, high intensity, high volume drills that are allowing obviously everybody's cardio to build up, but at the same time, it's a lot of specific drills based off what they think DDP might do, how he might behave during the fight.
However, Khamzat's recent training footage tells a different story, one that highlights his relentless effort to turn a past weakness into a strength. BDO, who closely documented Khamzat's training camp, addressed the criticism head-on. He argued that doubting Khamzat's cardio is misguided, noting that the fighter is not only explosive and aggressive, but also incredibly well-conditioned. According to BDO, Khamzat's training intensity has reached an all-time high, with cardio-focused sessions that push his endurance to elite levels.
I think Khamzat is a sprinter. I think if you were to make fights 1 5-minute round, Khamzat beats anybody in the world, any weight class. But you can't fight championship level fights for 5 rounds at the pace where he's at his best. If he fights like that at his best, I think Dricus is so durable and he's so smart that he'll be able to withstand that. Now they're swimming in deep water, and Khamzat can't swim that deep.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what do you think? It just goes into the championship rounds and he figures them out?
Yeah. I think that by the 3rd round, Khamzat's like, all right, I don't really know. I can't, this guy's not going away.
Additionally, BDO also spoke about Khamzat's mental state throughout the camp, noting that he entered training fully prepared, focused, and in peak physical health. He emphasized that Khamzat's dedication has been unmatched this time around, suggesting that this intense and grueling camp might reveal a new, evolved version of Khamzat that fans have never seen before.
Yeah, I think the narrative behind Khamzat having a low gas tank and not having this cardio, not having the volume to go 5 rounds, I think is a false narrative. based off what I'm seeing here, based off the classes, the sparring, the grappling, yes, he's explosive. Yes, he's dynamic. Yes, he comes out with everything he has. But just because something doesn't happen in the first or second round doesn't mean that the fight's going to go to DDP. I think this is just kind of like a casual take, just because everybody believes that the easiest thing to talk about it is cardio. But Khamzat has a high cardio. His intensity of training is at an all-time high.
Moreover, video shed light on Khamzat's intense training schedule, making it clear that his lifestyle is not for the faint of heart. He revealed that Khamzat trains twice a day, engaging in rigorous drilling and sparring sessions, only taking breaks to eat or sleep before returning to the grind. Video also shared a powerful detail. Khamzat once lived in a tiny, cramped gym for 3 straight years, all in pursuit of reaching his peak performance level. That level of dedication speaks volumes about his consistency, discipline, and hunger to succeed.
The guy's going into this camp super prepared, super healthy, and I think we're going to see a different side of him.
Furthermore, Bernardo, the head coach at the jiu-jitsu studio where Khamzat has been training, had nothing but praise for his work ethic and preparation. He specifically highlighted the intense cardio routines Khamzat has been pushing through during the camp. Bernardo described how Khamzat would rotate between different training partners every minute, each round bringing a fresh challenge. With every partner, he focused on wall work and grappling, consistently leaving his training partners exhausted and out of breath. "The guy is literally an animal," Bernardo remarked, admiring Khamzat's relentless pace and raw intensity.
And this guy trains twice a day in here in the morning. He has his cardio sessions and he's training and he's drilling at night. He has sparring, he comes back, he eats, goes home, he sleeps, he repeats the next day. You know, everybody goes through a camp. Every fighter is all in. But when you see the level and the mentality this guy has, I mean, the guy was sleeping in a shoebox in Sweden in a gym, training from 8 a.m. to midnight for years, 2-3 years. So it's not like this guy just started behaving like this. He's been doing this for years.
Moreover, the entire training camp was captivated by Khamzat's sheer determination and relentless drive to push himself beyond limits for this fight. What stood out the most was the overwhelming support he received throughout the process. Beyond his core sparring partners, numerous fighters were brought in, some even flying in from different regions, specifically to mimic Dricus Du Plessis' fighting style. These training partners were carefully chosen to reflect DDP's strengths and weaknesses, allowing Khamzat to prepare with precision. It's a testament to the strategic brilliance behind this training camp.
They had this amazing training, and man, he was like 5 different minutes, different rounds. I think he went like 6 or 8 5-minute round on grappling and wall work, and he was like just gassing all the guys out. You know, even like new guys will come, and like he was still gas the guys out. So super excited that it's like, man, everybody talks about his cardio this, his cardio that, and the guy's literally an animal. The way he trains, and he trains, and he's like having fun at the same time. You know, that's why he's like murder or kill people or smash, however you want to say it, like in a cage, is just because of the way he is. You know, if at training with friends he's like that, with that intensity, man, when he closes that cage, of course the fight night's just going to be amazing.
In addition to that, Khamzat was also seen sparring with Pat Downey during his training camp, a seasoned professional MMA fighter known for his power and explosiveness. Pat's fighting style closely resembles that of Dricus Du Plessis, making him an ideal training partner for Khamzat. The fact that Khamzat was able to handle Pat effectively and control the pace during their sessions is a strong indicator of how well prepared he is. Pat is widely recognized for his brute strength and heavy frame, so watching Khamzat manage those challenges has given his team confidence that their preparation is right on track.
I think at the end of the day, you have to understand that when you put together a camp, it's about putting together the pieces that you think it's going to take for you to win. So I think one thing that I understand this morning, when you walk in the Santo Performance Studio and you see 30 people running around and 10 of them are new faces, it's like, okay, we're starting to figure out what the camp needs. We're starting to fill the gaps. We're flying in these people. We're flying in these fighters. We're bringing in these partners. And now the sparring is going to a new level.
Speaking of Khamzat and his strategies, there's no greater motivation for a fighter than receiving advice from a legend of the sport. While analyzing the tactics of both Dricus and Khamzat, none other than Khabib Nurmagomedov weighed in with his perspective. Drawing from his own experience, Khabib pointed out areas where Khamzat could improve and offered strategic advice. He mentioned that if he were in Khamzat's corner, he'd recommend not rushing in aggressively from the start. Instead, he would advise Khamzat to stand and strike with DDP, using timing and precision rather than overwhelming force early on.
For Wolf Camp with Khamzat Chimaev. It's really cool. Big honor for me to be included a second time. Last year around this time I was out in Dubai with Khamzat, and it was great camp for a month, and obviously got the submission victory over Robert, and that was a big learning curve for me. I tell people in interviews all the time, this guy's my favorite and best training partner, so super honored to feel like he gets good work from me to be included a second time, you know what I mean? So not often you get to train with the best in the world.
Yeah, so seeing Pat Downey in Khamzat's camp is exciting for me for a few reasons. Obviously the strength, the power, the size of Pat Downey. DDP's a big dude, but if you see kind of the explosive power that Pat Downey has, watching Khamzat being able to dictate his kind of move on Pat, I think is very, very important. The way Pat can kind of shoot, his technical ability to scramble, his technical ability to have, heavy explosive power. At the same time, he's super strong. That's the type of sparring partner Khamzat needs going into a fight with DDP. DDP is a massive dude who has a lot of strength as well. So a guy like Pat Downey, I would say, is a perfect sparring partner. And
Khabib further emphasized a crucial point. Khamzat has never experienced championship rounds, whereas DDP has significant experience in that territory. This, according to Khabib, makes it essential for Khamzat to enter the fight with a smart and well-structured game plan. He advised that instead of using the explosive, all-out aggression seen in his previous bouts, Khamzat should focus on striking early and maintaining control. This approach would not only allow him to conserve energy more effectively, but also help him adapt to the longer, more grueling pace of a 5-round fight.
Я думаю, что мое личное мнение, я бы Хамзату посоветовал бы, чтобы он в стойке дрался с ним.
Но мне кажется, вот как будто его стиль такой, что с первых минут атаку. Как будто его надо придерживаться, нет, этого стиля?
Прикинь, если я делал бы, я бы посоветовал бы по-другому.
Да?
Вот чисто по боксу пустых, Хамзат лучше. Вот чисто по боксу. Это мое мнение. Просто здесь есть такой момент. Ты можешь сфорсировать.
Speaking about Khamzat's new camp and team, Khabib also noted a significant change. Khamzat is now training under a new set of coaches, indicating a clear shift in his approach. He pointed out that this restructuring reflects Khamzat's willingness to grow and evolve, especially by addressing the areas where he's been previously criticized. According to Khabib, this move shows maturity and seriousness, proving that Khamzat is not just training harder, but smarter.
Хамзат не был в чемпионских раундах. По-моему, не был никогда.
В 5 не был?
Не был. А этот пацан последние сколько? 4 года?
По-моему.
Еще до чемпионства,
да,
еще главных боях.
Опыт у него колоссальный.
Да, у него опыт большой, надо учитывать. Просто, когда ты готовишься к такому бою, ты должен рассматривать все сценарии. Ты не можешь, я зайду и откручу.
Speaking of Khamzat and his training, UFC welterweight contender Michael Venom Page shared his first-hand experience training alongside him earlier in 2024. In a recent interview with Muhammad Hijab, Michael expressed deep admiration for Khamzat's skill set and presence. He noted that Khamzat carries a certain aura, one that instantly commands respect and makes it clear he's far from an ordinary fighter. According to Michael, there's something about Khamzat's intensity, focus, and raw talent that sets him apart from the rest.
Там есть тренерский штаб. Эти ребята были.
Сейчас вообще новый у него даже.
Там есть тренерский штаб. Новый, да?
Да. Он его переформатировал.
Очень интересно будет для меня это. Вот Ислам против Мадалены и Khamzat Du Plessis.
However, when discussing Dricus Du Plessis, Michael admitted he didn't hold the same level of admiration as he did for Khamzat. He openly questioned DDP's success, expressing confusion over how Du Plessis continues to rack up wins despite having what he described as somewhat unstructured and unconventional strategies. According to Michael, DDP's fighting style lacks the polish and precision seen in elite-level fighters, making his continued success in the octagon all the more surprising.
You know what? I always say, seeing somebody as that special in person when they're training, it's a beautiful thing to watch, and it just inspires me more because he's exceptional in a completely different area to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm very good in my area.
As well, when you were training with
100%. And you know, there's certain people that demand the room.
Yeah.
He walks in and he demands the room. You know, everybody. He's just, you can tell he's a superstar.
Yeah.
But he's so good in his area, and just watching it, I was just like, yeah, it's unbelievable. I appreciate it. Like I said, it inspires me to go and, you know, push myself more.
Another figure who weighed in on the upcoming fight is AZ, a Russian lightweight MMA fighter who previously trained Khamzat. Having first-hand experience working with him, AZ offered his own insights into the matchup between Khamzat and DDP. According to AZ, Dricus Du Plessis' biggest weapon is his unpredictability in the cage, which makes him a tricky opponent. However, he firmly believes that Khamzat is a serious threat to anyone who stands in his path, highlighting his power, precision, and relentless drive as key factors that make him truly dangerous.
Fight DDP is somebody that is the complete opposite. I don't get how he keeps winning. As in, he's not a person I look at and think, oh man, super talented. And obviously there's something about him because he keeps winning. And sometimes even that is an art, knowing how to win.
Adding to that, AZ shared that in all his years of coaching, he had never trained anyone quite like Khamzat. He went as far as saying Khamzat doesn't even seem human, describing him as a beast driven by relentless determination, unshakable discipline, and an extraordinary mindset. According to AZ, what truly sets Khamzat apart isn't just his physical ability, but his mentality and the way he approaches the fight game with unmatched focus and intensity.
Listen, I think the unpredictability of Dricus is very dangerous for Khamzat.
Yeah.
And what Khamzat has is very dangerous for anybody.
Yeah, of course.
For anybody.
Additionally, AZ highlighted Khamzat's exceptional work ethic, noting that he's rarely ever late to training and consistently shows up with unmatched intensity. He even drew a powerful comparison between Khamzat and Khabib, saying that both fighters are among the most driven and relentless athletes he's ever seen in the gym. In AZ's words, they're the biggest lunatics when it comes to training, completely obsessed with improvement and always pushing beyond limits.
I have never trained anybody like Khamzat.
Really?
This guy, he is not human. He is something else.
Everyone that sees him in the wrestling room says he's so tenacious, so relentless, and so persistent.
I fell in love with his energy. How he's a beast. He's a beast, and how casual he's about it's incredible.
Speaking on the often discussed concerns about Khamzat's cardio, AZ acknowledged that during training, Khamzat performs phenomenally. His endurance appears top tier, and he dominates his rounds with relentless energy. However, AZ admitted that the real test lies in the actual fight. While Khamzat looks unstoppable in the gym, AZ pointed out that the pressure, pace, and unpredictability of the later championship rounds are a different challenge altogether. In the end, he said, it all comes down to how Khamzat manages those crucial moments when it really counts inside the cage.
So he's got a very strong work ethic then.
Oh, humongous. One of the biggest I have ever seen. Him and Khabib are two lunatics in a gym that I have ever witnessed. Yes.
Is Khabib like that as well then?
Yeah, Khabib is like that too. Crazy. Khamzat in the training room is just a cardio machine. Okay, the amount of training he's able to perform, the amount of energy he's able to output out there, it's incredible. At least to me, it's still a mystery why he may get tired in the later rounds. I still don't know. After seeing him in training, now I'm confused. I don't know what it could be. Mental, adrenaline dump. God knows what it is. Maybe he chooses to slow down and fight like that. It's really probably only him who can answer this one. Okay, but one thing is for sure, in the training room, he is an unstoppable machine.
Overall, it's clear that during training, Khamzat transforms into a relentless force, an unstoppable beast who earns the respect and admiration of everyone around him. His intensity, discipline, and focus are undeniable. But the ultimate question remains, can he carry that same dominance into the octagon when it truly matters? Only time will tell.
They call Khamzat Chimaev the deadliest, most scariest fighter in the UFC. They said no one has as much power as him, no one has as much strength as him. They said he's the only fighter to ever break someone's teeth just by touching his jaw.
Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Do you believe Khamzat's intense training camp will be enough to conquer his cardio concerns? Or will Dricus Du Plessis expose his weaknesses in the cage? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more updates and breakdowns on this epic showdown.